Think in your head, what is your own personal favorite genre of music, and ask yourself if you know all of the subgenres to that specific category. Today I want to define for you a couple of the subgenres of three major forms of music. The three major forms of music I am going to define for you guys today is rock, EDM, and reggae music. I have done a various amount of research on this topic, not just for this assignment, but for my own personal entertainment. Music is personally a thing that keeps me going, and this is why I chose this topic, because it's very important to me. This topic also can relate to the youth and our generation, because these genres have been around for a lot of time, especially rock. It's been a genre that's been going on for a long time, but other music, such as EDM, it's been around for a while, but it's growing up because of our generation and because we are getting these topics more popular. So my first topic is rock music, and rock music is something we have all heard before. The term rock music itself is very general until we start to look into the subgenres of rock. So in an article titled Psychedelic Rock, written by Lucy O'Brien, she explains how psychedelic rock is a type of music that was designed for people to listen to while they are dropping acid. O'Brien states this genre is intended to enhance and replicate the illusion of being on acid or LSD and alter the perceptions. So basically, like when you listen to this type of music, you feel like it can alter your perception that you feel that you are actually on this drug. So some examples of some famous artists that have done this type of genre is Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, Tame Impala, The Doors, and the Beatles. So there's actually a song by the Beatles titled Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and that whole song is about LSD. It's even in the title. It's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, so LSD. I'm gonna play the song, but you guys haven't heard it.
Open the world of music, YouTube Music, a new music.
So this is basically like the illusion that you feel when you are listening to this music that makes you feel like you're on like something. So another subgenre that not too many people know about is called glam rock. So glam rock is a type of music that people use. Okay, it's this type of genre that like guys use, and then they dress up as girls. So as you can see here, these are all guys. They just have wigs on, they have makeup, they have like really exotic makeup on their faces, so that it's like really dramatic. And then over there, so these are all pictures of guys. That one's just a cartoon basically showing what it is that glam rock is. So the mission of glam rock is to present, because during this time, this is like in the late 1970s, and this is when like women were not seen really as equal to men. So this was also a mission to like show that women are equal, and this was like they were rebelling against the rebellion. So that was a mission for this type of genre. Okay, so my next topic is EDM. So the two genres I will be speaking about is drum and bass music and space music. So basically, drum and bass, this originated from the underground raves that used to occur a while ago before raves started getting more popular. So this was like kind of like the illegal type of raves that they would have, which is underground. So it would literally be like underground buildings, like it would be like under the stairs, it'd be very like low key. So this was the type of music that these people would listen to. It's just very like hyper, it's really upbeat, it gets people dancing. And in an article written by Grinnell College titled Subcultures and Sociology, Drum and Bass, they talk about, the article states how this music sounds robotic, repetitive, and abrasive, but this music brings people together because of how just crazy people start dancing. So this another genre I was gonna speak about is space music. So this is basically what you feel while you're listening to space music. In this picture, this is how it's supposed to alter your perception and make you feel that you're even on space, you're in a different universe. So this music is actually the mission of it is for you guys to listen to and get into your deep thoughts if you ever need to make a really big decision or you need to think about something that's really important. Then this type of music you would listen to and you would get into that vibe. And then a lot of people like to listen to this music because it's very different. It takes away that you're even on reality, and it takes you to another place. So the next genre I will be speaking about is reggae. And for the first one, the first one is just, it's called Lovers Reggae, or Lovers Rock. So this one is more for the women, and it's about, all the songs are love songs, and it's mostly for couples, and it's romantic. And in an article by Lisa Amanda Palmer, she states how this music was for the women that felt like they were not equally to men, so this was their type of music, so they felt like they had their own thing that was going on, since women at this time really didn't make that much music either. And then the last one I will be speaking about today is rockers reggae. So this one is really important because since reggae is known to be really chill and calm and stuff like that, this is kind of the opposite of it, and they take a turn with reggae and they make their own thing. So this is kind of more an aggressive type of reggae, and they make it really kind of rocker music, and they make it rock and roll and stuff like that. So it's just really different than the usual norm of reggae. So this was to inform you guys of the different types of music. This is for you guys to discover even more music, even about your favorite own genres. You might not even know that your own favorite genre has these subgenres in them, that they may be really old, but they're still very important because the missions they have back then is what they created now, especially with women equality. That's very important now. So music is so diverse and unique. There are many different categories of music that artists made day by day and different subgenres that not too many people know about. However, looking into and researching these type of subgenres will expand your knowledge about music. And this is to inform you guys to discover more and more music, and that there is so much music out there that you guys can be listening to. So finding your own personal music genre that can change your life, it can change your life negatively or positively, is a really beautiful thing for us humans to have. And music connects us with people that are all around the world, and it connects us to the artists because we relate to their lyrics and stuff like that. So music is just really something that connects us all together.
All right, so Rocio, what did you think?
She had a clear, specific, the purpose statement that she wanted to define the subgenres of the three major or the main ones, which were rock, EDM, reggae. But I think she could have used more an attention device in the beginning before she said her purpose statement. She did use a couple sources in rock and EDM. I think the visuals didn't help as much because it just said like the subgenre's name and just like pictures of like the people or like what it's supposed to do, like alter the perception. I think she could have just put like rock and then the 2 subgenres that she's talking about and then use less slides throughout her presentation. But she did close it out well. I think her summary at the end was good. And yeah.
Okay.
She did have 3 supporting sections.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me start with the summary that you're talking about, because I do think that you had a pretty good summary, but you had to get started on it a couple of times. It seemed like you got going and you were halfway through your summary and you got lost, and then you came back and went back to basically the starting point of the summary again. But it was fine. At the end, you are telling us what it is that we were supposed to get out of the presentation, and that's what a summary ought to be doing. I kind of agree. I think you could do something a little bit more dramatic as an attention device, but I knew exactly what it was that you were going to be talking about at the beginning of the speech. It's well organized and easy to follow. That's I think the biggest strength here is that you've got a good preview that tells us what the classifications are going to talk about. As you get to each of those classifications, you've got something that tells us what the subdivision is going to be on those particular points. The information on some of those points, I think, could be developed a little bit more. I thought you did a stronger job in the earlier sections where you had quotes that were talking about the particular kinds of music, and you had examples of artists that fit into the particular genre. For example, on psychedelic music, you had a list of a half-dozen artists, and you provided us with a little audio clip to go along with it, which was enhanced with some visuals as we're listening to the sound, so we could get that effect. You try to do the same sort of thing with EDM later on by showing us those pictures of the space type music and how it's supposed to affect us. And I'm not exactly sure what that kind of music sounds like. And you can see that commercial. It's for one of these, phone things, and the kind of funny little guy with the beard's coming along talking to people who are, what kind of music should we listen to? And he says, bubble trance. And I'm going, what? Bubble trance? What is that? He says, oh no, that's a thing. And I'm going, yeah, but I have no idea what it is. Same sort of thing. Space EDM, I'm not exactly sure how it sounds different. Is it the number of beats per minute that you get that's different? Is it the amount of electronic material in the background that is different, that differentiates it from the bass and drum stuff that you're talking about? I'm assuming that bass and drum is primarily just those 2 instruments. Maybe there is some other kind of instrumentation that goes on there, but that's another place where I thought maybe we could have used an audio clip to supplement your work there, and it would have clarified a little bit more that you were talking about. The description of the reggae music, for instance, I think it presupposes that people have some understanding of reggae music, and when you talk about the second type that's maybe a little bit more aggressive, I'm going, okay, so how is it more aggressive? Is it the melody? Is it the lyrics? Is it the vocalization that makes it that different? I'm not quite sure how it is that you classify these things, and I think you needed a little bit more information on that. I think, like I said, I think you did better on the first couple when it came to citing information. The visuals are okay. They're mostly used as signposts when we're getting to the particular section of music. It's not like they add a whole lot. Maybe the glam rock thing tells us a little bit about what the style or the visual style of the glam rockers is. And like I said, the audio clip on the psychedelic rock, I thought that helped. The rave scenes, the pictures that you have there of people dancing, that doesn't really help me distinguish the kind of music that's going on there. And the same thing with the reggae one. I thought that was just a little bit underwhelming. I do think that you do a pretty good job trying to speak to the audience, even though you have extensive notes in your hand. You do get a little stuck with those notes because you've got them on that ring, and as you're flipping them over, maybe you flipped over a couple cards too many, or maybe they weren't in the right order that they were supposed to be. Looked like you got stuck a couple of times, but you usually recovered well, and I thought that you tried to talk to us. All right, thank you.